Well, it's that time of year again. This weekend, Goodguys coming back, the 28th Summit Racing Nationals presented by Grundy Insurance, good-guys.com, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday out at the fairgrounds. And Stephen Bunker, the Director of Marketing Operations for Goodguys, is joining us now. Good morning, Stephen, and thanks for taking the time today.
Hey. Yeah, good morning. Thanks for having me.
So this is obviously one of the big events that you guys do every year. The planning that goes into this, you have, over 6,000 automobiles that typically show up for this thing. So what goes into planning a big event like this?
Well, we do 15 events throughout our season, and Columbus is the big one, as we call it. This is our biggest event of the season. Like you said, it's somewhere between 5,000-6,000 cars. And it's a full year-long process to make sure that these events go off without a hitch. Obviously, we've been doing this one for 28 years, so time kind of helps make some of this go a little bit smoother. But there's a lot to coordinate and a lot to plan for.
Well, and I know that when you come to Goodguys, people who have maybe been to like a local cruise-in or something where you see a bunch of cars lined up in a parking lot, cars and coffee, stuff like that, you may think, well, okay, it's probably a little bigger than that. There's so much more going on than a car show, though, right?
Yeah, that's absolutely true. We love the local cars and coffee and local events like that. They're great for the hobby and whatnot. But we want to, really draw in the spectators, make it worthwhile when they walk through the gate, pay their admission, and make sure that they have a great time. So we have over 400 vendors coming out to the show, showcasing the latest, greatest products in the industry. We have fun activities for the kids. Every kid that shows up Saturday or Sunday to the kids zone, they'll get a free model car make and take, where they could take a free souvenir model car home and build that with their parents or whoever. We have a Goodguys Arts and Crafts Gallery, autocross racing action, where you can actually see these old muscle cars and trucks perform at the highest levels. These cars have modern suspension, modern engine, modern transmission, all the good stuff, modern braking power. So you can really see these cars perform. And then, of course, any car show needs to have some winners. And so we do two of our largest awards at this event, the Street Rod of the Year and the Street Machine of the Year. Those are two of the highly sought-after awards from the high-end builders and car owners in this industry. So we'll do a special award ceremony on Saturday where we announce those two winners. And then the rest of the show, winners, over 100 of them, will roll through our Sunday award ceremony.
Yeah. And it's a really cool event. For people who haven't been out there, there's obviously the outdoor component to it. You walk around. You might see someone who's brought their car. I've had that happen before as I'm walking through, and I see a neighbor or someone that I used to go to high school with. I'm like, I didn't know you did this. That's pretty cool. So always fun to get out there and see this. Good-guys.com to get tickets and event info there. You mentioned, though, like the aspect of when you come out to this thing, there's so much going on. You guys even have music entertainment, out there for people who are just like, hey, I want to take a little break from the heat. You can come inside, sit down, watch a band play, get something to eat, get back out there looking at the cars. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we activate 3 buildings at the Expo Center. So we have an indoor car show inside the Kasich Hall. We have indoor vendors, live build demonstrations in the kids zone inside the Breaker building. And then inside the Celeste building, we'll have music. That's our awards ceremony program. So there's places to escape the heat. Being in the summer out here in this area, might have a thunderstorm or two roll through, but there's ways that you could escape the outdoor elements and get inside a building and check some stuff out inside.
Yeah. And I would tell people who've never been to this type of thing, if it's your first time going, it's something where you might think, well, we'll just walk through and in an hour we'll see everything. Probably not. Like there's a lot to take in, especially if you appreciate a certain type of car. How do people navigate that? Do you have certain eras of cars, kind of try to keep those close together? What's the idea if I'm coming out for the first time and I'm looking for, like, let's say, 40s custom rods, something like that? Where are those typically kind of together, or are they just kind of interspersed throughout?
They're kind of scattered throughout. So Friday is kind of Free Park Friday, where the car owners could go park wherever they want. They want to park together under a shade tree or do whatever they want to do. So Friday's kind of just on their own. Saturday, the majority of the show is kind of the same way. You could just go park wherever, but we do have our Saturday special parking areas. So that's where we can kind of offer an area for like-minded vehicle enthusiasts to park together. Mighty Muscle, Deuce Doings for the old 32 Hot Rod Fords. We have a Trick Truck Corral, Camaro Corral. So we have these corrals, and that's going to be inside the Cardinal lot is what we call it. but it's the parking lot across 17th Avenue, right at the entrance of the spectator gate where the Acacia Call is. So all those parking areas will be there, and there'll be about 500 to 700 of the cars utilizing those special parking areas to park with like-minded enthusiasts.
And the other thing I love too, because obviously there are people who do this. This is their thing. They have built cars for years. Maybe their dad or grandfather or someone in their family got into this, and they've had it in their blood for a long time. There are other people who are just like, hey, I have a nicer car that's an American-made vehicle. I don't know if I'd call it a hot rod, but I keep it up. I love to show it off. That seems like what Sunday is for, right? The McGuire's All-American Sunday is kind of more for the everyman who maybe is newer to the hobby.
Yeah, so it's gonna the show's gonna range from, a kid that pulled a truck out of his grandpa's farm, got it running, he's able to bring it out. So Friday and Saturday, the year cutoff is $19.99. So we're not discriminating about style or build quality or anything. If you have a vehicle $19.99 or older, bring it on out and enjoy the show, because you're going to see everything from, like I said, out of the field farm trucks to $1 million builds.
Right.
On Sunday, what you're talking about with All-American Sunday, that's where if you have a modern, let's say you went to the dealership and got a new Chevy Camaro or Ford Mustang, Dodge Challenger, Dodge Charger, one of those newer modern muscle cars, right, 2000 and newer, that's what All-American Sunday is for. Anything 2000 and newer, American-made or powered. So you could have a kid, an enthusiast that's in high school that has a 2005 Toyota Supra, but he put a Chevrolet LS motor in it. He could bring that Supra to the show because it's got American-made power.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. Because it's got that Corvette engine in it. That's very cool stuff. Yeah. I love seeing the variety of ways people get into this hobby and the variety of takes there are on what makes their car a classic to them. And that's what I think the spirit of Goodguys is it's obviously you've got the hot rod muscle car purists, and then you've got all the variants to that. It's beautiful. So yeah, whatever part of that hits you, that's what Goodguys has. Good-guys.com for all the details. And yeah, it should be a great weekend. We're really looking forward to it, Stephen. Thanks for the time this morning, okay?
Of course, yeah. Thanks for having me. We're excited to put on another one this weekend.